Imagine stripping your entire back workout down to just one movement. No barbells, no machines, just you and a pull-up bar. Could a workout this simple actually build muscle and strength? For the past 100 days, I committed to pull-ups, and only pull-ups, to train my back. Would I lose hard-earned muscle or maintain my gains? Let's find out. For me, this wasn't just a random pull-up challenge. It was initiated by curiosity and induced by necessity. I wondered, how much training do you really need to see progress? Traditional routines involve performing at least 2 exercises per muscle group every workout, like doing squats and leg press on leg day. However, a 2018 study showed that when sets were equal, people who only did squats gained the same amount of muscle and strength as those who did both squats and leg press. That means the total number of sets is more important than the number of exercises. Also, a 2022 meta-analysis observed a dose-response relationship with more training volume leading to more muscle hypertrophy. However, the level at which gains plateau is still unclear. So I tried ramping up training volume to see if I could max out muscle gains. Unfortunately, I pushed the envelope too far. Overtraining resulted in inflammation and nagging bicep tendonitis. This overuse injury necessitated a scale back in pulling movements and kicked off this experiment. I hesitated to pause all pull day training. Instead, I decided to test a bare bones workout that would allow me to train around the injury while it healed. I thought to myself, if I can only do one back exercise, pull-ups is it. That's because pull-ups are like squats for the upper body. A closed-chained compound movement targeting the lats, rhomboids, traps, rear delts, and even the biceps and core. Plus, you don't need a fancy gym setup, just your body weight and a pull-up bar. So I leaned into pull-ups 100% for the next 100 days. To keep things consistent, I followed a specific set of rules. First, I trained my back once a week along with my biceps. Each weekly workout included 10 sets of pull-ups. I stuck with my body weight and did not add any additional resistance. But I did play around with different hand positions, including overhand, underhand, and neutral grips. I maintained short 60-second rests between sets and used strict form. No kipping, no swinging, just controlled reps. And most importantly, I didn't perform any other back exercises for the entire 100 days. I should also point out that the purpose of this program was not to build a massive back or set a pull-up record. My overall goal was to maintain muscle and strength while letting my arm heal. I was also in a cutting phase, so making huge gains wasn't a priority. Before this challenge, my typical back workouts included pull-ups, barbell rows, and lat pull-downs, for a total of 10 to 12 weekly sets. That's why I chose 10 sets of pull-ups for this new routine. I started with 6 sets of overhand pull-ups and 4 sets of chin-ups. The reverse grip doubled as my first bicep exercise. Initially, the simplicity of these workouts was really refreshing. I loved not having to set up equipment or lug around heavy weights. But it was definitely a mental adjustment to stay focused through 10 consecutive sets on the pull-up bar. By the second month, I noticed that my tendonitis was improving. It wasn't 100%, but I was encouraged by the change since I was still training my biceps with pretty high volume. Although I have to admit, doing the same routine for several weeks started to get a little boring. So I added a different pull-up variation in month 3 to shake things up. I did 3 sets of neutral grip pull-ups, 3 overhand, and finished with 4 underhand sets. For the final set, I did a grueling static hold at the top of the pull-up. These changes brought new energy to the workouts and helped me complete the 100-day plan. I recorded physique update videos at least once a week. Here's a quick time lapse showing the physical changes in my back. As the weeks pass, you can see my back and arms becoming noticeably more defined. This is the result of losing body fat during the cut. Still, I definitely didn't lose any muscle in my back. And that's a big win considering I was in a calorie deficit the entire time. But it looks like my lats may have gotten a hair wider based on the before and after pictures. I also tracked how many reps I got on every set. Since my body weight only changed by 4 pounds, the number of reps completed is a pretty good indicator of changes in strength. My max pull-ups went from 10 to 13, and my average reps per set jumped up from 6.4 to 7.7. By these measures, my strength increased by 20 to 30%. This result shows the power of training specificity. In other words, you get better at what you do often. In addition to muscle and strength gains, I noticed some results I wasn't expecting. First, my grip strength noticeably improved after so much time on the bar. I attribute this to using a thicker 2-inch diameter bar, which is more challenging to hold. However, I also did pull-up bar static hangs as part of my forearm workouts, so it's possible the grip gains weren't entirely from pull-ups. Another unexpected benefit was gaining control over scapular retraction, or pulling my shoulder blades down and back. When I reintroduced rows, I felt a stronger mind-muscle connection with my lats. The downside to pull-up specificity was extreme soreness from different exercises. For example, after just a couple light sets of reverse flies, my back was so sore it hurt to take a deep breath for a few days. As great as pull-ups are, they still don't hit every part of your back or engage the muscles like a horizontal pulling movement. This pull-up only back workout showed that you don't have to go overboard with exercise variation to get results in the gym. Just 10 weekly sets of a single exercise were enough to stimulate muscle and strength gains. The experiment also reinforced that aches and pains don't have to completely derail your workouts. My tendinitis fully recovered even though I was still doing bicep exercises and pulling movements. So depending on the nature and severity of your injury, it could be possible to work around it instead of avoiding all activity. Of course, that doesn't mean you should blindly push through pain and make matters worse. After concluding the program, I still do at least a few sets of pull-ups in every back workout, but now I include 1 or 2 other movements to hit my back from different angles. Using multiple exercises is probably better if your goal is maximizing muscle gain and overall physical resilience. My plan for pull-ups going forward is to add progression to keep my mind and body from hitting a wall. I'm using a weight belt to gradually add 5 to 10 pounds of resistance each week, but you could also incrementally increase the number of sets you perform. To learn more about this strategy, check out my video on progressive volume training. You'll see how to gradually add more sets to maximize muscle growth. And make sure you subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this.